back in Week 8. The Jaguars won a shootout in their first matchup against the Jets. Can New York even the score? Find out next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Jets. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
And this interception.
Let's go! Take a shot at that.
It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead.
Way to start a game, defense.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January. But, hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other teams that wouldn't mind being in this spot right about now.
Yeah, and you had to stick it to them, didn't you? Those 18 who are sitting at home right now. But you're exactly right about that. Your point about how daunting this is well taken, because it all depends on their mindset at this point. How do they break it down so they're not looking at this whole big road and saying to themselves, taking it right down.
That's the shit I'm talking about. That right there. How's the game plan inside runs, and y'all let that happen?
Travis Etienne.
He got cleaned up. Don't blame him. He got cleaned up. And an eye gaff right there. And he doesn't trip over his lineman right here. He don't trip over his lineman. And then nobody else is in pursuit. He gets cleaned up. All of my people, all of my DBs get cleaned up.
Yards. And the Jags are
going to be one of them games. Gotcha.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
I want pass interference call right now.
And incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the
Because what the fuck was that?
The coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time.
But the nigga can't get from behind the fucking line of scrimmage.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's a give to Hall. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Hall again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Now Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football.
That shit was supposed to have been a pick. I knew where they wanted that ball to go. And it is not where he threw it. Played it perfectly. All right. See, he was going upfield. See him coming down. Run through it, Whitehead, and it was behind him. I'll take it. I'll take
this
it.
defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. He's going to launch it for Washington. And it'll be intercepted.
Let's go, Sauce.
Sauce Gardner puts it off. And the Jets are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Nope. Niggas ain't tackling us. We'll take that shit out of bounds if we need to.
His second catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Now Hall. Powering his way forward. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 53 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Here's Hall again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way,
LFG.
him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And he's
Shit, come down and pick that motherfucker off, Hall.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. ETN up the middle. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah,
that's my fault. I tried to.
Field tackling held it to an okay game.
Back to the ground with ETN.
Bro, we're not doing that.
But instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. ETN on the toss right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A short throw to Ingram. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle.
Bro, they are playing right now. Come on, let's get them off the field on 3rd down, fellas. Can't keep playing this motherfucking game with them.
So you know this ball's likely to come out quick. They let the 4 outside receivers run deeper routes and then let the tight end just make a beeline across the formation. He's able to make the catch and turn it into good yardage and a 1st down.
Our 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And this one is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. They needed 3. They got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th. To throw again is Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead is Hall. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 70 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Throwing quickly there, but it's in.
Come on, you got to see that. I knew the cornerback out there was staying up.
He earned a lot more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
I knew for a fact that the DB was taking the short route.
They'll run the ball. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
In motion right, that's Wilson. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game, get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. One more time with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Let's get it.
Breece Hall saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn.
Got to keep our foot on the fucking gas. Straight gas.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Lawrence on 1st down. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively.
No change, though. No curveball. Nothing but fucking gas.
Nothing but fucking gas.
It broke the play up.
So the bottom line of Chase.
Indeed, stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. We'll begin our...
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. 5 carries on the previous series, and the 5th one, the 1-yard punch into the end zone.
Yeah, he showed the muscle, didn't he? He showed that getting into the end zone. You know what I think he'd like on this next series?
Another one?
Another 5 or more carries like that. Continue to chew things up. I bet he'd like a nice long run into the end zone to show off the rest of his talents.
Yeah, I'd like that. I also like, by the way, when you're demonstrating things like you were saying, he showed off the muscle. You're actually up here flexing.
Yeah, I was flexing. I'm just glad that people can't see that there's not much flex there.
Oh, come on. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Abanikanda. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 3rd down. Here's Abanikanda. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's down into the red zone at the 15. Gain of 15, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Boy, you going to get it up as soon as you get your X Factor?
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
To Calvin fucking Ridley.
Get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Returning it, Johnson. And able to get this out to the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home.
Hey, dog, Madden on that shit.
Contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Here's Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now Wilson wants a different look. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Now Wilson on second down. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Hall again. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On first down, Lawrence. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Maybe the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him.
Wilson was down like open, but I was scared to throw that shit.
I thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their
We're
lead.
making sure we take this game home.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield.
I knew they wanted to go back to Christian Kirk. But nobody else going to get the fucking ball.
Number 13, and it gives him a first down. Now Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Ridley. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Straight ahead, Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Parker Washington. 26 yards. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's
come on now.
everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way.
You got crammed, too.
Now they're down big here in the 4th.
We're gonna run the ball.
Try the onside kick. Can't fault him for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 2nd down, it's Abanikanda. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They want me to go for it? Fuck it, I go for
Pretty good
it.
on the scoreboard. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Throwing is Wilson.
Ooh.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Did not want to throw an interception. Fuck.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles. Nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football. And they take
My bad, fellas. We just supposed to get out this goddamn game. I cannot let that happen.
Offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, it's Lawrence. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12.
How are they running a hurry up?
Stop right now for the 2-minute warning.
And it's a 2-minute warning.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this is going to fall to the ground.
Come on, bro. I read that shit the entire way.
Pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Draw play, ETN. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action with Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And incomplete on the deep.
It's a linebacker. He shouldn't even be running with that nigga.
Here, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 151 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I don't know what route that was. What the fuck? I only lied because I thought this nigga was running down the fucking field.
That's what, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the 1st. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. The Jets advance to the next round as we say so long, everybody.